Okay, so just going through my sort of setup outside here, you can see a whole array of things going on. But so starting with my pressure washer, I do have a Karcher K5, but at the minute it's got an airlock in it, so I bought this compact K2 Karcher, and actually I really like it. Pressure wise obviously not as well, but well, not as powerful, but it does the job for now. I don't know how long it's going to last, because I think it's got plastic internals motor wise and that, but for now it's very good. I do like it because it is so compact and it hasn't got the wheels on it, so you know, if you did need to tug on the pressure washer, it doesn't fall over, it's already on the floor. Now attached to that, I need to sort this out. Attached to that is my sort of short spray trigger gun, which is an AliExpress special, and again it does the job. It's a lot cheaper. I think it was about £13, and this has obviously got the Karcher adapter. It comes with various spray nozzles for different scenarios, and it's got a swivel gun, so that's good. Helps just with ease of use and less prone to kinking up the cable. Now I got this from America, see if I can find, can't find it, but this is made by a company, I think it's Uberflex is what it's called, and it's supposed to be anti-kinking. Now it is a lot better than say the regular sort of black cable that you get with a Karcher. It's not cheap, and it isn't fully anti-kinking. It still will bind up, so to speak, but it's definitely a lot better. So I would recommend it, but it's not an absolute problem solver. You know, I do use these as well. Again, there are some companies in the UK that sell these, but I got these super cheap off of AliExpress, and you know, you just put them underneath the car's four wheels, or half tennis balls will be another cheap solution, but they are useful. The only thing is, I've got a gravel drive and they do tend to move around a bit. I think they'd work even better from like a tarmac drive, brick drive, so to speak. Now I've got this industrial hoover. There's sort of the specs there. Again, wet and dry back, but I just use it for dry obviously, but it's good. It's very powerful. I got it from Marketplace for like 20 quid. So if you're looking for a cheap setup, I would go second hand. Certainly with this, 20 quid, 15 quid, and easily get hold of one on Marketplace. Cordless hoovers, I've got one indoors for the house, and to be honest, the suction's crap. Charge it out, you know, battery doesn't last long. I always end up with dog hair, and I always tend to go for this one, even indoors now. Got a wet vac. So that's just using it for if you know, in winter, or the carpets get super heavily soiled, the wet vac's very good for that. I think this is a Vax itself, but I can't see what the model is. But again, I got it out of Marketplace for less than 50 quid. I think new they're about £100. Well worth it though, but I don't use that daily. But it's definitely one for the sort of armory. And then of course a little Karcher steamer, just for sanitizing the interior of cars again. What else have I got? I've got a leaf blower with, this is cordless. I think I got that off of AliExpress as well, with lithium battery. These are my wheel brushes, a mini one and a big one, AliExpress, and a wheel arch brush, and then heavy duty tyre brush. So this is my sort of garage sort of setup as well. These are just extra products that I have. Obviously all the products in my cupboard out the front there is what I use, you know, on a regular basis. These are just sort of my excess products. Now just going through what I have in the garage, as I put the camera called, but this is the interdetailing one. I think it's around about 22, 23 pounds, Korean made. And typically speaking, anything towel related is superior compared to, say, Chinese. But having said that, you know, I'm always looking for the best bang for buck, and this one here is from our good friend AliExpress. So again, there you can see, you know, twist loop, double-sided, very good quality, similar size, but then you can see the smaller one here as well. This was for the same price. I got both towels, so I just thought try it and see. And to be fair, they behave very similar in terms of performance. So yeah, if I was to suggest drying towels, if you want more than one towel, you know, the smaller one's actually quite good for like your lower seals and things like that, where you don't want the big ones dragging on the floor. But of course, you can just fold it over. And then we look at sort of other towels here. So I've got 3 types of towel really. I've got like a towel where it's a lot more, I don't know, sharp basically, but not in terms of scratching the paint. It's just easier if you've got like a really tough wax or something. It's a grabby wax. This will really get that off quite easily. And they are by Paragon. And again, then a sort of a finer version of that, edgeless as well. They're all edgeless, so I go for edgeless once again. Less chance of scratching, marring. Again, from Paragon. And then the last one from Paragon, which this one here is like my, I think they call it a terry cloth. So it's like you know, again, you can take off waxes and things like that with it. But I use it for everything really. You know, doing interior dressings, taking stuff off, drying little bits inside and out. They're kind of like sacrificial cloth. They're super cheap. And again, from Paragon. The other sort of rival to this, and what kind of started it, I think Paragon kind of cottoned onto the idea of the Kirkland ones, the yellow Kirkland ones. I think they had an edge on them though, but very similar cost. But actually, these work out cheaper now. I've tried looking on Amazon and that for Kirkland ones because I've had them in the past and they're fine. Again, use them a couple of times, either put them in the wash or chuck them away if they're really dirty. But actually, Paragon are really good for that. So yeah, that's my towel setups. I do have these, which are, I'm trying to think what brand they are now. I remember they were called Boa, the actual model. I can't remember what they are. These are buffing towels, but I very rarely use these. You know, typically speaking, unless I'm using a wax, which I don't, all my cars ceramic coated now. I don't typically use these, but they are super soft, and I would recommend them if you are, you know, waxing. You want that final buff without any scratching, marring, swirl marks. They're really, really good. Just I just don't use it that much now. I tend to use the other cloths really. Moving on to sort of compounds that I use and the machines that I use. So I tend to use Koch Chemie, H8, H9 again, very similar, both heavy cutting. They're not the cheapest, but again here for me, ultimately, I don't really want to keep applying ceramic coatings and that. I want the best bond and I also want the best cut. Okay, and for me, with what pads I'm going to show you, this compound and the pads that I use, you know, it's almost like I could just do a one-stage polish, and actually it doesn't cause a lot of marring with the pad that I use or mini swirl. So you can almost use that on its own. But you know, if you've got the time, I then use the M2 by the Micro Cut by Koch Chemie. I think these are about, I'm going to say they're about £43. I think this is a bit cheaper actually. But again, there's more on the market, you know, Shoulder one, Rupairs, things like that. But I just found these to be really, really good. This is a good finish compound, but that's hard hitting. Okay. launched cordless. I think Bigfoot was like the main one that they had corded, but they've now released the Rupes cordless, which I mean it's astronomical money. It's 750 quid, albeit you get a few bits with it in terms of the kit included, and a couple of batteries, etc. Now I've gone for, and this is an old series now. I've had this 2-3 years now from SPTA. Again, my good friend AliExpress. I purchased it from. It has got another backing disc as well. I think this is the 6-inch. You get 5-inch as well. And actually, you got some polishes with it, but they weren't very good. But you know, it was included in the kit. But it does the job. It's got 3 speeds. It did come with a battery, but I've just bought some more batteries with like the battery indicator. So here. I bought them on eBay. So it did come, I think, came with 1 battery or 2 batteries, and they're Makita style batteries. So if you have power tools Makita already, this will be eligible and compatible, shall I say, with this. But yeah, it's got good cutting power and speed, and for the money, I think it was just under £100. So compared to like the Rupes, which of course is astronomical money, it does well. And you know, I've used this on probably 8-9 cars now, and still very reliable. It's just the battery life really, but that's more to do with the batteries. You know, if you've got enough for the batteries, then it's brilliant, and no cord, so you know you can whiz around the car quite easily. So yeah, that's an AliExpress one, and then I've got the AliExpress special SPTA the mini DA. So again here, this has got again, you know, pretty good quality, sturdy. I've had this for the same amount of time as I have the bigger DA polisher. Very, very good. Different backing paste as well. Again, I think it's got a 1-inch, 3-inch backing plate. Comes with some pads. I've just bought some more. Cutting power on this isn't fantastic, but you're only doing sort of, typically I would be doing like under the lights, around sort of the number plates, badges and things like that. So it doesn't need massive cutting power. They have since brought out a new one which they claim is a lot more powerful, which I'd be keen to try. But again, this does the job for the money. I think this is about £60-70 at the time that I bought it. And yeah, for me, it does the job. But I think in the long run, I will probably replace it. I think I'm getting to a point now with my car detailing that I want to sort of progress further. So I would love to buy the Rupes DA and maybe their small DA like this one, the mini DA. But that's what I use for polishing. Obviously the compounds and the DAs that I use. And then from there, what do I use for coatings? So again, I've used a few different coatings in the past. I've used like CarPro, C-Court, I've used KKD, the wheel ceramic coating, which is good. I've used some Geon, Car Technics, G-Technic, sorry. And for me, I now have switched to Geon CanCoat Evo. Okay, so this is a ceramic coating, but it's kind of their light version. Alright, so you know, typically speaking, it should only have up to 12 months duration. But for me, the way that I wash my cars, how often I wash them, the sort of sacrificial layers that I put on top of this is lasting way longer than 12 months. I actually think now, thinking about this one, the Evo, because they did it the can coat normal. The Evo is actually, I think it's up to 16 or 18 months. But even that, still, it's lasts way beyond that. And you know, this is what 200 mils. I can do easily 8 cars in this, easily. And I use this in the wheels as well, by the way. Yes, you're supposed to use a designated ceramic coating for the wheels, because obviously the wheels get hotter, higher temps than that. But you know, this actually does the job. And if I have to top it up every 3-6 months, just the wheel faces, fine, I can live with that. I don't have to pay for another designated ceramic coat. So yeah, this is, I think, £42 a minute on ceramic into detailing, but 8 to 10 cars, and for me it lasts way longer than 12, 18 months. It's brilliant. It's so versatile. You know, I use it on like plastic trims on the outside, just darkens them, shall we say, blackens them up. And it's super hydrophobic. It's good to chemical resistance. It's just fantastic value compared to like a vial of their normal Dion. I think Dion 1 I've used before in the past. You know, that's 30ml bottle, I think, and that's like 30-40 quid as well. You're only going to get 1, maybe 2 cars out of that. You know, I can apply 2 coatings of this on 10 cars. Still got some left, and I will buy some more of this because it's just fantastic. So yeah, that's what I use for ceramic coating. You know, you can get ceramic coatings that last 9H or whatever they call them. That could be like 20H now. I don't know what it's up to now, but you know, super tough resins that go into proper hard sort of glass coating and can last up to like 9 years. But for me, I don't generally keep a car for that long anyway, so it's a bit of a pointless task that. You know, and in the past I have used waxes as well. Kind of comes on to waxes. What waxes would I sort of suggest? Well, the ones that I found the best for me, or the top one actually, is Bilthammer double speed wax. I think you get a tin of it, big tin of it, for like under £30, and it has a long duration, high chemical resistance. It buffs well, easy to get off, and it looks good, super glossy. Again, John on Forensic Detailing can tell you more about double speed wax. Another one that he raves about, which I haven't had any experience with, but I'd like to try it on a customer's car, would be Soft 99, their Fusto. That's supposed to be ridiculous. I think it's got fluorine in it, which is obviously not ceramic or anything like that. It's just a chemical that makes it super hydrophobic, but it's also highly chemical resistant. So yeah, I think that's a bit of a beast in the wax sort of area. I don't tend to use waxes anymore. I tend to just use ceramic coating just for ease. I know waxes can look a bit warmer on the paintwork and things like that, and if you just enjoy that sort of therapeutic, getting involved, and it's another process, some people like that. I've kind of moved away from that, but I can definitely understand why people still do that. So yeah, there's sort of my breakdown of my garage. Obviously, you see the tools and that, and then they're all here. These are all sort of like my application pads. So again, they're from AliExpress, super cheap. Definitely go for the bigger ones. I use them once, obviously ceramic coating, and then chuck them away because they'll crystallise and they'll be no good. You'll just be scratching your car. Some touch-up paints, you know, all of my tapes, fixtures and fittings, bolts, etc. Yeah, and obviously battery chargers, wrenches, torque wrench, and all my paint oils, and my heavy car jack, and my plastic ramps. And my spare K5 that at the minute has got an airlock in it, so I'm using just some spare wash mitts. So there's the sort of wall mitts that I have, and my sort of noodle Chanel mitts. And again, I get these from AliExpress. Very cheap. Yes, this is a little bit thinner than maybe some of the higher quality ones, but I buy, you know, tore up on them, even if they don't last that long. They're so cheap and they do the job. I tend to just have two, just to mix it up really, just to see again if you put it in the bucket, and I typically use two. I know that I've just used one and then that one's ready to go, and then I'll put that one back in to clean that one, etc. etc. Right, if I have two the same, then I've chucked them both in there. I can't really tell what one I've just used that I need to sort of wash on the grate, etc. So that's what I typically tend to do. The only negative with this one, other than being a bit thin, it's got a lining, and that can fall out. Sometimes I just rip them out, to be honest. But yeah, they're super cheap on AliExpress. Definitely a good purchase. In terms of pads, I've got a selection of pads. So I've got some wall pads that are heavy cutting. This is SPTA again, from AliExpress that do the job. They're super thick. Got the white, black. They're all the same cutting power, just different colour. Just curious to see what might last better or colouring wise. And then their foam pads as well. So green typically is their heavy cutting pad. And I would say, again, I had to be quite honest, I haven't really used any other pads from other brands, so I can't really say too much, but they do cut well. Now, the glue that sort of keeps that gets this bit to the backing plate, that can lift if I get it too hot. Whether a Rupes pad, Scholl pad is better at that, probably. But again, these pads are a lot cheaper, and they cut. That's quite a firm pad, so they do cut well. Again, and I rotate them instead of having to clean one pad. I'll just use 3 or 4 pads and then clean them all together at the end, rather than having to clean it there and then. Just slows everything down. And again, I've got some in the medium cut, and then I've got them in red, which is their sort of finishing cut. Does it do that? Yeah, their red is the much softer compound foam pad, and again, it does really finish the car well from the micro cut that I use from Koch Chemie. And then I've got, this is the only pad actually that isn't SPTA, CarPro finishing pad. Well used, this one. This is before my SPTA days. Again, very good pad actually. Probably past its best there, I should imagine. And then I've got a gloss. This is like proper abrasive, a glass pad. Even the heavy cutting pads wouldn't do glass very well. This is, I think this is CarPro sort of glass cutting pad. And then you would use Glacco Ultra 12 month. This is from Soft 99. This here, probably do a proper review on this, but this is fantastic. You can get ceramic glass sealants, but I would say there's almost more prep in that. During times and things like that. This is unreal. It's not cheap. I think about £15-20, but then so would a ceramic glass coating. And you can typically get quite a few cars out of this. And if you don't want to use one of those abrasive pads with a DA polisher, they've actually got the Glacco glass compound here, which again, very good. I need to stock up on that. Just dab that on, scrape it all around, cross hatching, rinse off, dry, apply that, and it does. This lasts for 12 months easy. And you can then get a glass cleaner with that that will just top up that hydrophobicity of this, because this is very hydrophobic. But more importantly, it's just long lasting. I barely use the windscreen wipers, especially over like 50 mile an hour. I barely use them. So it's better for safety, and you don't use your windscreen wipers, so they never wear out as quickly. So yeah, this is my sort of garage setup.